Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
You're listening to Bloomberg Businessweek with Carol Massar and Tim Stenovec on Bloomberg Radio and Television.
All right, everybody, getting ready to wrap up on Business Week. To the Grammys, though, that are this weekend, taking place in the Crypto.com arena in Los Angeles. 94 categories in the music industry recognized. It is billed as music's biggest night, and it will be an evening with an additional focus to raise funds to support relief efforts and aid music professionals impacted by the wildfires in Los Angeles. We're delighted to have back with us Harvey Mason.
He's CEO of the Recording Academy. It's the organization behind the Grammys. He's also a record producer, songwriter, and film producer. He joins us from the Crypto.com arena. Harvey, good to have you back with us. It's nice to check in with you each and every year. This year, though, quite a bit different given the fires in Los Angeles that so much of the community is recovering from and cleaning up after. How are you thinking about that as the backdrop for the Grammys this year?
Well, first, Carol and Tim, thank you for having me. It is good to be here and talk about the show. It's going to be a very different show. We are based here in LA, as are many of our creative community members and members of the Academy. So we've been affected by these fires. We are going to set a different tone on the show. We're still going to honor music. We're going to have performances and awards, but we're also going to raise money. We're going to raise awareness, shine a spotlight on some of the heroes that have been saving homes, saving lives. So we hope we can be a light in a time that's been pretty dark for a lot of people. Yeah, no doubt about it. And, we've had some conversations with folks in various industries who have been impacted directly. What can you tell us about, I hope your family and your community are well, but I am curious what you can tell us about firsthand and what you are hearing about folks in the music industry who have been impacted. Well, I can tell you a lot because we're hearing from them every day, all day long. People in our community are struggling. Obviously, I'm safe and I'm fortunate. Thankfully, my house and my family are okay. But the music community has been hit very, very hard. At Music Cares, which is our philanthropic affiliate, we're getting hundreds of requests a day for help for just basic needs, food, shelter, water. And now we're going to start seeing a second wave of the need, which is instruments. Studios have been burned down, guitars have been ruined. There's so many people in our community that are going to struggle to make a living after this fire. Yeah, and I wonder, how long, if there's like a concern. I mean, we talk a lot about Hollywood and the struggles that Hollywood has seen over the last few years, given COVID, given the strike, given the way that movies and TV are now shot all over the world instead of in Hollywood, less and less so in Hollywood. Are you concerned about the music industry moving away from Southern California? Well, I believe there's always going to be a need to be in Southern California, the creativity, the infrastructure, the other things that are here. But of course, I'm concerned. I'm concerned for our members. We have over 25,000 members that are part of the Academy. I want them to be safe. I want them to be healthy. I want them to have an opportunity to make a good living. Many of our members are not the superstars you see on that stage back there. They're the working class people that come to work every day or play in a restaurant or play a small tour. So yes, I want to make sure they're able to make a living. So we have a lot of things to work through, but this week specifically, we're going to be honoring music, and we're going to be hopefully doing it in a sensitive, thoughtful way that can also raise money for fire victims. Hey, one of the things I wanted to ask you, or we wanted to ask you, Harvey, is you are the first Black CEO of an organization that has been around for many decades and that has sometimes been, criticized for a lack of diversity among its voting members. And even so, in terms of when determining awards, maybe concerns about racial bias. The environment that we're in today, you had President Trump last week signing actions that aim to block DEI practices across the federal government. Another initiative today in terms of the FAA dealing with diversity. How are you looking at this? Are you saying I'm a diversity hire? No, I'm not. I'm just, No, I know exactly what you're saying, and I have to say, I have to say that when I came into this role, I had some of the same concerns. There were things about the organization that I felt needed to be changed. Our membership was not diverse. Some of our awards processes were out of date and being affected by systemic history of lack of diversity in certain parts of our community. But we've made a lot of changes. Right now, we're 40% people of color. And I think it's really relevant as it relates to music and to the Academy. It's not performative. The people that are making the music and the genres that are popular and the consumption habits are very reflective now by our membership. Our voters are now reflecting who's making music, which genres are popular.
And I guess what I wanted to ask you is that to have this come out of the federal government by the leader of the free world, the President of the United States, looking to block DE initiatives in government, what happens in your community? Do things change, or do people continue to focus on the importance of diversity? Do they continue to stress it, I guess, going forward?
I'm not sure what everyone else is going to do, but we are going to continue to stress it because it's relevant, applicable to our industry. Music is very diverse. Creators, artists, people who make this magic, this music, come from different parts of the world, different types of people, different races. So for us, it is important, and we can't hope to evaluate music, and that's what we're doing. It's very subjective. We can't evaluate music without having a wide spectrum of opinions and thoughts and beliefs. So for us, diversity is always going to be very, very important.
Totally agree. It's what we love about music. Hey, Harvey, just got about 30, 40 seconds left here. What are you looking forward to at the Grammy Sunday?
Oh my gosh, there's so many things. And if you could see right behind me, the stage is absolutely beautiful. We're going to have incredible people together. We're going to have a chance for our music community to really come together. It's going to do good for some financial reasons, but it's also going to do good for the city of LA. Resilient nature of music is going to bring the city back, and at least help to bring it back a little bit for 3 hours at least. And then it's going to be just time for the community to hug and share stories and maybe have some emotional moments together, because it has been a trying time for all of us.
Yeah, and a tribute to Quincy Jones when you think about the music industry as well. Somebody so obviously connected with it. We wish you well in all the efforts on Sunday. Harvey Mason, CEO of the Recording Academy, and be sure to check out the Grammys this Sunday. You can catch it on CBS and across Paramount Plus, right, on streaming. That's going to do it for us, Tim and I. Have a good and safe evening, everyone.